all the credit goes to Coach Self and the Kansas Jayhawks. Their defensive intent and focus and how hard they played on defense really put us in a tough spot and on our heels in that first half. And Coach Self's been the gold standard in this league for many years, so you know anytime that you come in here how difficult and challenging it's going to be. They've had some tough games lately. We've had some tough games. They were the better team tonight, and they were very well prepared. So all the credit goes to Coach and his players and coaching staff for being ready to go and play at a high level.
Hey, Coach, when the shots aren't falling, what do you say to your team?
Well, for our guys, certainly there was challenges in that first half, and probably throughout the course of the game. We feel like we can continue to attack closeouts, drive the basketball, make plays for one another. We also know that our guys put the work in. Like, we're confident in the work that we put in and how that works itself out over time. Tonight, that work didn't show up for us as much as we'd have liked, both from three and at the foul line. And it's something that we're going to continue to work and earn the right to make those shots when they present themselves moving forward.
Kurt, you haven't been part of a 3-game losing streak at Iowa State yet. Kind of what are you feeling right now, and how do you think KU limited you guys today?
Man, it sucks for sure. Losing is just it's not ideal. But I mean, we did some things well tonight. We had 17 offensive rebounds, only 7 turnovers. It was just really shots weren't falling. We was 11 for 20 from the free throw line. So a lot of things. I mean, those couple things I think we did well, and we cleaned up those free throws, made a couple more threes. It's a better game, and I believe we'll make shots. Like you said, we work hard every day, and I still trust and believe in everybody, including myself.
Kurt, how congested has the paint been the last 4 or 5 games, especially since Milan's been out?
Yeah, it's definitely been very congested. Teams are smart. They scout. They do things that try to disrupt us, just like we do them. And unfortunately, we wasn't able to hit those shots tonight. Or really the last few games. But like you said, everybody in the gym, man, I really believe it's going to come around for sure.
TJ, there was a play late in the first half, about minute 20 left, right before KJ got that alley-oop dunk. DeJuan's first to the floor. What did you think of just that play and maybe the urgency?
Yeah, no, I mean, I have tremendous respect for DeJuan. I mean, he is an elite competitor, winner. He's a guy you want on your team, no question about it. And he makes plays like that, and he's been making plays like that for them for so long. So, look, I was happy from our vantage point. I thought, from a hustle standpoint, I thought our guys made a lot of plays out there as well. So I think that play in particular certainly got this place going and forced us to call a timeout. But I don't think at all from an effort standpoint that our guys didn't, do effort-based things well tonight. It was, certainly the shooting's a factor, and their defense deserves a lot of credit for their disruptiveness.
Hi, Coach. How do you feel about your shot quality tonight offensively?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not as much of a numbers analytics guy. I'm more of a mentality guy, and I felt like our guys brought a lot of mentality the way, especially in the second half, how we defended. I think we brought a lot of effort on the glass, which is important. I thought our ball toughness was great, and I'll believe that when we do those things well, that in most instances we will play well and we will shoot the ball well. So I'm not as much for the analytics as the mentality piece, and I thought we got a few things right tonight in that department, and we're gonna get back to practice and continue to earn the right to win.
From a scoring perspective, your bench hasn't been able to give you as much as you've maybe liked since Curtis was moved into the starting lineup. How can you get that group going right now with Milan coming back from his hand injury?
I mean, for the first, we woke up on whatever the day was last time we played these guys, January 16th or whatever it was, the day after the game. We're ranked number 2 in the country. Our offense was probably among the top 5 in the country. And, Milan goes out, which shifts our winning formula, and it throws it off balance a little bit. And it didn't show up when we played them last time. We played really well offensively, but you can see it show up at games at times, and things along those lines. And so now it just threw off our balance, right? And so we're working really hard to get that formula back in place. I think our game at West Virginia, was the first time, somebody really collapsed the floor on us and made it tough. And then other teams have done that same thing. So it's something that we're continuing to work through. But right now, I'm really confident in how we move forward in doing that. Hopefully, as well, it's not forever until we were able to get Milan back also. But our guys, I think I could sense in our locker room, our guys are, they're in a good place mentally. This isn't a victim mentality or a woe is me. We know that adversity is part of playing in this conference and the teams we play. And I'm confident in our guys and what we're going to do in practice the rest of this week and how we're going to move forward together.
PJ, I wanted to ask you about a particular play. Keyshawn gets a steal. I think you're down 12 late in the first. Looks like he's maybe going to get you to 10, and Dan said poke it away and get the alley-oop the other way. Just how does that typify just what an uphill battle this night was?
Yeah, I mean, those are plays like you make a great defensive play, and then it turns into a turnover, which turns into transition points for them. There's probably not a place or a team or a program that does a better job than what Kansas does in transition if you have a turnover and how they turn it into points. And we had very few turnovers, very few live ball turnovers, and you feel like every one that we had turns into a layup, a dunk on the other end. And it's really a credit to the pace that they play at and what they demand. And certainly, like you said, that play typifies kind of how the night went for us. Like, it seems like there's some optimism, and then right away they make a big play, but credit to them in doing so.
Curtis, what did you think about the atmosphere here today?
Man, it was fun to be a part of. You always hear about it. They got loud. Floor was shaking a couple times. Obviously, when you're the away team, that's not fun. But I mean, it's great to be at this level and get to be a part of all these great environments.
How difficult was it?
I was like, obviously the result, it looks like it was everywhere we go, like when we got this ranking that we got, places been loud. It was really, there's no disrespect. Like, it was kind of like the rest of the places, you feel me? Like, they all get loud, and at a certain point, loud is just loud, and that's how I felt. But it's definitely tough when you're the away team.
2 more questions.
TJ, Milan went through pregame warm-ups today. What's the outlook for him going into Saturday? Is he a guy you think could play?
Yeah, I would say at this point that's probably too early to say. He's continuing to do the things that he needs with Vic Miller, our trainer. I do think he'll be back in the next few weeks, but it's a day-to-day situation. I think for him, today was the first step in just kind of, go through, feel what it feels like to go through the game warm-up, just to start to get along those lines in that mindset. But we'll see. I don't want to rush him back. I want it to be on the timeline that's best in his best health interest. And whenever that is, we'll be ready to go.
TJ, how much trouble is that thumb giving Taman? It looked like he lost the handle a couple times that were atypical for him usually.
Yeah, I think it's certainly a factor. It's hard to say with Taman because he's probably like the physically toughest player you could ever be, right? And so I don't take for granted what he plays through and how much pain that must be giving him. And I think, and also like the functionality of how he's able to move it. And when some of those things happen, like I said, I'm just fortunate that he's on our team and that he has an unbelievable competitive spirit, even though we all know he's whatever 100% is, or being at your best is not what he is, but how important he is to us and how much we need him. So we'll continue to try to find the time that we can to, get him rest when we can, or to try to limit it from getting hit further. But I felt like that probably happened again tonight too, where he gets it hit and now, there's greater pain for him and the mobility is less.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.